Hello, clever people, and welcome to my review for Lean on Pete. So Lean on Pete stars Steve Buscemi and the one kid from All the Money in the World, and it follows the story of a boy and his horse, basically. It's a 16-year-old boy in high school who lives in like the low-income residential area of a city. He's very poor. His mother is not there. It's only his dad. He lives in a very small house and usually just watches TV. And one day he helps a guy with fixing his wheels, and then that guy right afterwards offers him a job where he gets to work with racehorses. So he works with them for a while until he realizes that one of his favorite horses, Lean on Pete is the horse's name, is about to be sent down to Mexico to be killed. So he decides that he is going to run off with Lean on Pete and try to find his aunt in Montana. So Lean on Pete is a movie I was really looking forward to for a very obvious reason. It's that reason, A24. They are the best film studio working today. They have made amazing movies for so long. Heredity is coming out really soon, which I'm super excited for. And they have First Reformed coming out soon, which is getting great reviews. So overall, I love A24. I love their films. They've made some really personal movies. They've made some really weird existential movies. They've made some brain-twisting movies. They really are a talented movie studio. And I was just excited to see it because of that. And it was getting good reviews, which obviously helps. And I came out of Lean on Pete with a movie that I expected to get, but that wasn't a bad thing because I really wanted this to be a great movie, and that is exactly what I got. Lean on Pete is a really, really hard story. It's the story of a boy who is just really confused in his life. He doesn't know what he wants. He has no future plans. He doesn't think about his past too much. He does, but he doesn't focus on it. Really, he's just going from moment to moment, and he never really puts too much thought into what he's doing. And he is a very proud person, and he just really wants to try to make it to his aunt's house. And that's really his only motivation in this movie. And what you get from that is a heartbreaking, extremely well-structured, incredible film that's just great. It's really well done. You've got some amazing acting here from everybody. Steve Buscemi is basically born to play this role. He's an a-hole guy who says the F word a lot. That's Steve Buscemi. That's the roles that he always plays, and of course he does a great job playing that role. You also had the kid from All the Money in the World, and I'll know his name soon enough because he's a really talented kid, and he does a great job in this movie. Something I really like about his performance is that he never has his big breakdown scene. He never gets on his knees and screams and cries whenever something sad happens. And that's because the entire time he's in survival mode. He's trying to get from one point to another, and he's never really stopping. And you understand the type of idyllic life that he wants to have. He doesn't want money or anything. He just wants a normal house with a normal person that provides him with good enough money and food, and he wants to go to school and make friends, and that's all he wants. And for some reason, that type of want is something that makes me really sensitive, and because of that, I was really sensitive with the character in this film, and that's the reason I loved it so much. I wouldn't have been as into this movie if they didn't develop the main character as well as they did. It was the type of thing where there were always layers to him, and there was always more to learn about him, and that every step of the way along the story, you got to learn more and more about him, about who he is, and why he is the way he is, and what his situation was. It's not like they start at the beginning and give straight up exposition. As the movie goes on, it reveals more about his character, and with that, you can look back on the rest of the movie and see how his decisions make sense with more that you know about him. It's a really layered and detailed movie, and that really shows from the director and the writer standpoint. I'm not sure if it was directed and written by the same person, but both of them put so many details into this story. They had so many specific points that were just really strong because of how well they developed the character and the multiple layers to him so that you understood every single step of his process. Really, the biggest issue with Lean on Pete is the fact that it's not really a rewatchable movie. And not every movie needs to be rewatchable. Some of my favorite movies ever aren't rewatchable. And it's not to say that this movie is forgettable, it's just that when you see it once, you're done with it. And you continue to think about it for a while, but then it doesn't really have a huge lasting impact on you. It's not a movie you want to rewatch, and it's not a movie that sticks in your head over and over again and you're constantly thinking about it. It's a movie that you watch, you'll think about for a few days, and then afterwards, you're fine with it. You like it and you remember it and you remember liking it, but there's nothing that stands out as particularly amazing about it years later. It's not the type of movie I want to buy on Blu-ray, and it's not really the type of movie that I want to show to a lot of people. It's just a movie that I really enjoyed seeing in theaters, that I really liked, and that I think most people will like. It's never emotionally manipulative, which it could have gotten close to a lot of times. It's real and it's heartbreaking, and it's also really well done. It's just a great A24 movie, and it's great to see movies like that come out in the midst of May, which is supposed to be a dry month, and this month it isn't because you've gotten a lot of superhero movies, but a smaller, more confined, just sweet, but also harsh, smaller movie is something that's really great to see. I will give Lean on Pete a 7.75 out of 10. Alright, that concludes my review for Lean on Pete. So, what are your thoughts on this film, or what do you think of Steve Buscemi as an actor? Comment in the comment section below and let me know. I'm Robert Burke, and this has been The Clever Critics. Goodbye.